All right, week 14, Jacksonville versus the Browns. Jacksonville is favored by 3 points, and I'm going to take Jacksonville. So let's go ahead and run through the numbers here. So the Jags, the model has Jacksonville win the 60% of the time, which translates, again, this is a correlation to about a 2.5 point spread. And when we come over to the box plot, this is definitely interesting in that you see that it shows that they're pretty much dead even, and oftentimes, and again, look at the data and go back and look at what you think of both teams. Uh, I'm not sure. So this is interesting because Cleveland, they've had Deshaun Watson, they've had DTR. Now I think they have Joe Flacco calling plays. So I don't really know what's going on there in their quarterback room because they've had a lot of injuries. So take that into account based upon what you saw. But it's also been somewhat of an unstable quarterback room all season. So I think the model kind of takes that into consideration. And then the confidence intervals are saying that there's a slight advantage over here for Cleveland, but it can't. I'm sorry, for Jacksonville, but it's not a significantly different. So where it really comes down to is that the Bayesian adjustment. And that's one where I look at it and say, all right, Cleveland's been a team that's been struggling. They've lost their last two. They're having issues, getting a quarterback. And meanwhile, I think Jacksonville, again, they lost to a very, very good Niners team. And other than that, in fact, quite frankly, when you look at their other losses, they've only lost to good teams. And they've beaten some good teams as well. They've beaten Buffalo. Um, let's see here, who else is good? And of course, that might also be one of the downsides of their team is that they haven't really played a whole lot of good teams. But I'm not sure Cleveland really is any much different than some of the other teams that they've been, played this year. Let's go and take a look at the performance charts. So we should be seeing Cleveland have a strong running game, but it's not that much different than what we see over here. Passing game, pretty similar, but you're starting to see Trevor Lawrence find himself and really start to build out some of that explosiveness over here. Um, and then when you come over to the right, though, the one thing I would point out is not quite seeing the big plays pop out, even though we're seeing the yards up there. And I don't really know what explains that. I would point out that, and this isn't surprising, Cleveland's having a hard time not throwing interceptions. And of course they are. They're having a hard time finding a consistent quarterback. That is completely and totally to be expected. And then, but then when you come down here at Jacksonville, they're having a hard time. They're going to have a hard time protecting their quarterback against Cleveland. So again, it should be a close game, but at the same time, Cleveland's having such a hard time finding consistency at that quarterback position. I have a hard time not expecting Jacksonville to play well and really be able to use some of those advantages to beat that 3 point spread. So anyhow, if you like what you listen to, click like and subscribe. If you've got a question or comment, drop me a note. Thank you.